Please excuse the hair. My hair is way too long and I'm going to get it cut here soon. But as part of this video, I'm going to talk about what I mean by when I say my past, when I've done it before, because I have done it before. The first time I lost weight, I lost over 70 pounds. My graduating weight out of high school was around 250 pounds. If I have a picture, I will post it here. I am looking for all pictures of me, but any pictures that were from like middle school, high school era, that was like a very mentally hard time for me, so I literally deleted all these photos. So any photos that I have right now are pictures from my parents, from friends that have pictures of me that I didn't even know they had pictures about. But I will definitely find them and place them here. I don't really know exactly the order of how I'm going to talk about this, but the first thing that I want to say is losing weight was probably the best thing I've ever done in my life. Not only because of physical, physical being, feeling better, my joints weren't hurting as bad, I felt better, I had more energy to do stuff. I was just genuinely a little happier. But it was the best thing that ever happened to me because my confidence was at an all-time high. I'll post a picture of like what it looked like at my leanest prior to joining the military. But even at my leanest right here, I wasn't anybody huge. I wasn't muscular. I didn't have a six-pack. I didn't have a lot of things. I was just thinner. But keep in mind, I've never been a thin kid. I've always been a big guy my whole life. I've always been the fat friend in the group because that's just how I've been. And I really don't have anybody to blame for my habits and what I do besides myself. But the main reason I gained a lot of weight is because I felt comfort in eating. For those of you who do know me personally, there are days when I struggle with how I feel, and I find comfort through food. But now I'm starting to get over that again and finding comfort through going to the gym, going for walks. But this whole losing weight process has just been, it's been great. Even though the progress isn't very huge. Like I was expecting to be losing, I was expecting honestly to be under 215 right now. But this morning I weighed in at 221, so that's pretty good. I'm almost in the teens, which is very nice. But even though it's going slower than normal, that's for obvious reasons. For one, my diet isn't 100% clean. I haven't been running or doing cardio, and I haven't been doing any kind of fasting or having a steady schedule. But those three are just excuses as to why it's not there. But that's okay. That's I'm in no rush to lose it. My goal is just to do it. Just so we're clear, same hoodie, my haircut. All right, that's a new day. I'm recording this in 2 separate days because my iPad wasn't charged and all my pictures are on my iPad. So I'm gonna be going through the pictures and what I have and what I found of myself throughout the years of my life. And like I said, there's a portion of my life that I do not have photos of because I made sure to delete as much of it as possible because I did not want to see it. I was grossed out by my own self. Like, it's a terrible feeling to feel that, and I don't wish that upon anybody else, but it is what it is. But I have a whole collage, a whole album of different times throughout my life. Starting off with this. So I've always been a big kid. I've never really exactly been fit. I was in soccer, I was in basketball, I was in football, and I've always just been the big kid or the fat guy in the friend group. And that kind of weighs a toll on you. This one, 2008, July 24th, that's my birthday. 2008, I was 10 years old. Yeah, I was 10 years old. Because 98 to, 10 years old. So I was 10 years old here. I used to skateboard every now and again with some friends. I mean, I wouldn't be any good at it. I would do tricks and stuff like that, but I would roll down the hill, be outside, do some sort of activity. I went to a baseball game. I used to love food. I found comfort in food. I still do find comfort in food, but now I try to take it back, back a step. Try to be healthy with it. But this is when I really started to work out. Keep in mind, these pictures are very, choppy. They're very, not in chronological order. They're just kind of there from what I found, and I pulled them all in. So I will explain where and what, try to say what year I was in during this and where I was at. So right here is when I was losing weight the first time. As you can see, going from something like this, you know, just a really heavy set kid, to this, I was probably around 190, right about here. This is when I was still living at home with my parents. It was probably 2017 or 2018. It's 2017. This is when I really started losing the weight. This is when I was buckling down. I was eating 6 times a day, chicken, rice, broccoli, every single meal besides breakfast. And it was time consuming. It really was. It's hard losing weight, but it's just a process. Here is just more progress pictures throughout the months of when I was doing it. And this is how skinny I got. I got super skinny, but I wasn't building any muscle. I was just constantly losing fat, but I was also losing muscle in the process. You can really tell I am by my shoulders and just my overall, you know, look. I don't look like I'm gaining muscle. I'm just getting skinnier and skinnier. Even this picture, my shoulders are really small. I don't have much of a chest. My arms are just tiny. And this is a picture right after boot camp. Right after boot camp, I was at my thinnest I think I've ever been as far as inches wise. I was weighing around 186 when I got to boot camp, but I was a lot more muscular. But back to progress pictures, this is me at the earlier stages whenever I started to lose weight the first time. Or I shouldn't say early stages, but you know, at the beginning before I started, you know, feeling skinny. Here once again, just thinner but no muscle to me. And this is probably the earlier stages, you can tell because I still have my love handles there. Early as well. At the gym, I thought this picture was funny because it looks like she's literally about to poop herself. But other than that, this was the shirt for my graduation that I had that I could never really fit into because we ordered these shirts. They weren't like go into a store and say, you know, I'm this size. You ordered them and they gave it to you. Well, I ordered mine in an extra large, but I got it in a medium because they didn't have any, and they didn't do like returns or anything like that. It was like a huge commotion to get like the correct size, and you had to wait, you know, X amount of months before they printed them again. And I didn't want to wait. I just took what I got and I ran with it. And this one happens to be medium. The fact that I was able to fit in this shirt, it made me so unbelievably happy because I hadn't worn this shirt in over like a year and a half. I was never able to wear this shirt. So wearing this made me so happy to see that I was finally able to wear things that I want to, get into things that I couldn't before. So it made me ungodly amounts of happy and appreciating what I do. First started working at BJ's. BJ's is a restaurant. They have some here in Florida, but they have some also in Texas. I don't know where they are exactly anywhere else. But this was the uniform, and it was just all black, button up, black pants, you know, black belt. I felt super good. I felt super slim in this. I felt good, and I felt like I looked good. And I'm a firm believer of if you look good, you feel good. That's just how I felt. And I always felt good putting on this because, for one, I wear a lot of black. If you guys haven't seen my recent videos, I wear literally black every single day. But it's nice to be able to like semi-dress up and feel comfortable in it. And this is recently. This was maybe about a year ago, maybe like 10 months. And you can just see it in my face. My body, my overall shape, I was just getting, you know, I was getting fat. You can see it on my love handles. You can see it in everything, like everywhere. And it honestly makes me kind of sad to go through all these photos and see all the hard work that I had put into myself and trying to become the better version of myself, to me at least, and to see everything just kind of go down the drain. That's what makes me actually pretty upset. And here you can see just how wide my hips got. You know, my arms are, you know, fat, my face is fat, and it's just upsetting. Yes, it's a dirty mirror, I understand that, please cut me some slack. Yeah, I'm gonna find the pictures of me, I think it was junior year or senior year of high school, and then I want you guys to see, you know, where I came from. So, shout out to George, my homeboy, my homie, I miss you, man. He's the one who had these photos of me, and this is the one. We were at a friend Erica's house, and she had a snake. And I've never touched a snake, I've never been around snakes. And you can just see it in my face, my cheeks, my chin. Granted, me personally, I still feel like I look the same. Realistically, I do. I feel the same. And it makes me sad to see this because I know in my stomach that I'm just like a couple bad decisions away from falling back into that depression hole that I was in, constantly eating, constantly just not motivated to be happy, wanting to be happy but not motivated to be happy. There's a big difference about that. And I felt better every time I ate, and that's how I got to this point. And here as well, you can see it in my hands, you can see it on my forearms. That was also my friend Nate. This one was the kicker. This one was the one that really shocked me when I saw it, because not only do I feel disgusting looking at this, but just knowing that that's how I looked and I thought I was okay. But when I see this picture, I am disgusted. I hate it because you can see it in my face, my stomach. Everything about me just looks so uncomfortable. It makes me sad seeing this photo. It really does. But we're working for change, and that's what matters most. Not just sitting around and crying about it. If you're sad about what you are, what you look like, change it. Don't cry about it, change it. And that's what I'm striving to do. But that's who I was, and I try to forget that part of me, because that's always the haunting part that's in the back of my head that says, this is you if you continue to slip up. And lately I feel like I've just been slipping up way too much. I feel like I'm just going downhill on a slip and slide that's been covered in Dawn dish soap. I can't get a grip on anything right now, and it's terrifying me. That's why I find some kind of want to do these videos just to continue on working out, because if I don't, I've said it before, I'll say it again, if I don't put out a video, someone's gonna be like, he stopped working out, he gave up, he quit on something else. And I don't want that, you know? My biggest motivation when I lost weight the first time was to make everybody that talked down upon me was to eat their words. That was my biggest motivation. You know, growing up the fat kid or the big kid in any kind of school, everybody knows life is hard. Life does not wait for anybody. It'll knock you to your knees and it'll keep you there if you let it. Hashtag Rocky. And I hated it. I was bullied quite a bit because of my weight. And you eventually just grow a thick skin to it. At least I did. I know some people, they don't grow thick skin and it just haunts them forever. But I was sick and tired of it. I hated being the fat friend. I hated being, you know, the funny one, because, you know, I didn't feel attractive. I hated it. I just wanted to be part of my friends. And, you know, I was never really, I didn't feel a part of them because I wasn't, you know, physically fit. I wasn't thin. I just never was having fun. I hated going to school because I hated, you know, having to wear pants. And when I was in high school, you couldn't wear shorts. You had to wear pants, like jeans or pants at all times. And back then, joggers weren't as big of a thing as they are now. So I could never really wear sweatpants and get away with it. So I was always wearing pants, and every year it was a haunting number of trying to find pants that fit me, because I'm not the tallest guy. I'm 5'9". That's not very tall at all. And to see, I think in high school I was hitting 38 30s or like 40 30s. Finding that size of pants, because it was depressing going to the store every single year and having to buy bigger pants because I never fit in the same fucking pants. Shirts as well. All my shirts were just tight on me, and I hate it. And I never want to go back to that. That's what pushed me every single day to lose the weight. And if you're doing the same thing right now and you're trying to lose weight and you just happen to stumble across my videos, you have to find motivation within yourself, because no one else is going to motivate you to do it. Because at the end of the day, nobody gives a shit. You must do this by yourself. And that's how I did it. Eating clean 6 times a day, working out literally once a day. I think I worked out for maybe an hour, hour and a half, lift weights, I ran a mile, and then I'd go play basketball sometimes at the gym. That's all I did. It took me about 7 months to do it, but I did it nonetheless. What really matters most is the effort and dedication that you put into this kind of stuff. But now you guys know my backstory a little bit more. You know where I come from and how I got there and how I'm going back there. But that's gonna be it for today's video. It's a little sad, I know, sorry. But thank you for watching. Always remember, keep running towards your dreams. You never know what'll happen. Thanks, guys.